Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Abigail.
So, we know each other,
Yeah.
but the camera doesn't know who you are, so who are you?
My name is Ben Holt, and I'm the CEO of SENshine. And SENshine is a new service that we are in the process of bringing to market, co-funded by Innovate UK. And its purpose is really to empower SENCOs to do their jobs more effectively and lead whole school SEND more effectively in their schools. And we're doing that by a platform that will support them with artificial intelligence powered advice, and also using those technologies, creating documentation very fast, draft documentation. So it's really looking at the whole process associated with that. How do you map provisions to your advice to your children, and really allowing SENCOs to follow a digital SEND process end to end, while saving tons of time through the innovations we're bringing to market.
Now, I've spent all day with you today. We've been doing some planning work with your tech developer.
Yeah.
And
our lead
tech
leader.
developer, he's amazing.
Yeah.
And I keep calling it a second SENCO, because I kind of feel that it is almost a bit of a second SENCO, a bit of a SENCO who's dabbled in a bit of occupational therapy, dabbled in a bit of education psychology, dabbled in a bit of speech and language.
Yeah.
And they're able to support me as the main SENCO in the role.
Yeah.
Is that a reasonable way of describing some of it?
Yes, I love that. The only thing I think that doesn't emphasise is the quality of the expertise and the experts that are lying behind the system. Because when we think about artificial intelligence, we can think about the chat GTP type stuff of writing stuff, and of course we're leveraging that for the for drafting documents as well as other things. However, there's also this distinction between a sort of simplistic AI that works on is rules based and it's sometimes called symbolic AI because it's not proper AI, and then the more clever sort of pattern recognition, machine learning aspect. And now we're using all those types, but it's the least sophisticated that really is right at the centre, that rules-based system, where because that depends on genuine proper expertise. It's saying, well, if we ask someone this question and they respond with this, well, what should we ask next, and what does that imply about the child, and what can we infer from that? And that's constructed using fantastic input from our experts. And we've got a team of, including you, Abigail, we've got a team of 8 product advisors who are all inputting into different aspects of the product. We're seeing 5 of those as pretty core to the different specialisms around, and then 2 focusing on sort of slightly more peripheral issues, but nevertheless still very important. And we're really spending a lot of time with these guys and going back and forth a lot to get the logic at the heart of the system right. And then the other types of AI that I referred to, the machine learning, especially is really being used to sort of improve that process over time, but allowing the system to self-learn. And it's worth saying that within our system, because we've got the causes of success, we've got the provisions that are being put in place, and we've got the results because we're pulling information from other systems, and we're providing very easy to use tools to gather non-academic results as well. We've got both sides of the equation, which is quite exciting because it means that over time you can map the results, and if you've got enough data, which we hope to, we've already got lots of users for the pilot alone. But as we go on and we have lots of users, that data is going to become really exciting, really useful.
Yeah, we've had some really interesting conversations today about how we can aggregate some of that data and use it to inform better practice, both for that school or for multi-academy trust, but also kind of countrywide as well, who we can talk to about some of that information that's coming in. I'm really excited. I'm also slightly terrified because we're working on blank pieces of paper. This is literally a product that doesn't exist at all. And I've been involved in products before, but usually at the point where we've got something operational that we play with and tweak and adapt. We haven't got that, have we?
No, but what's really wonderful about this time is that we're usually, when you start a project like this, you have to start with something really basic, then cut corners a bit. Because we have the Innovate UK funding, we're able to do this really properly from the get-go, so that what we're delivering to our pilot customers is something that's really been well thought out from all angles, and is not cutting any corners at all, not from security, compliance. we've got the best of breed people feeding into this process at every level. And so it's just so exciting because you don't have those normal constraints that you might expect. That said, of course, it is a huge challenge, and we're taking that very seriously. That's our focus, is delivering something absolutely amazing right now.
And so we started a conversation back in October 2023, and then you had to apply for your Innovate funding, and this kind of hit the ground running early July 2024. When are we hoping for a pilot to be?
February the 24th, so to coincide with the last half term before Easter. We do have limited places. We're limiting it to 150 schools. We've already got half that, and we know we can very easily extend that just through the networks we've set up and the interest we've received. Schools have been so encouraging. So that is limited. We do, though, want representation from places around the country. So yeah, if any schools are particularly keen to get involved, we love that, because we're keen for schools that are keen, because then they'll input more into the product. That means it'll fit their needs better, but it'll also mean it'll fit other schools better as well.
Absolutely. And then we've also got, so that's for the pilot. When are we hoping for a real product that people can go?
Yes. It's so important to get this right.
Yeah.
There are risks with AI, and one of the advantages of using our system is that we're able to mitigate most of those risks within the system, whereas if you use ChatGPT and anything's possible. So we're taking care of those risks, but even so, there's still, it takes a lot of work to refine it, to make sure. So we want to, before we put it out into the world completely, that full launch will be in January 2026. We're allowing over 9 months of testing effectively. Now, during that time, the product will keep getting better and better, and one of the benefits of being pilot customers, they'll enjoy that for free throughout that time, and we're just asking for a bit of feedback in return. And we're also giving free periods and extent or discounts for the periods and free periods thereafter as well.
Brilliant.
And we'll have other deals as well for schools that missed the pilot but come in early. So yeah.
Early adopters.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. They're crucial for us.
And I'm really looking forward to it, because I know that we've been talking today about that, the minimum viable product, the one we're going to put out there as the pilot. But actually, we had so many ideas. We've actually started planning things that are way in the future, and where can we take this afterwards as well? This is quite open-ended, isn't it? It's not closed as in there's an end point.
Yes, although we want to fit really well into the existing ecosystem that's out there of SEN products. I mean, of course, there'll be overlap in places, but and in some cases we'll save schools a lot of money from having to do lots of things. But we're looking at what's working, what's out there. How do we fit in with things? We don't want, for example, when we're working with our experts, we don't want to start becoming experts in anything. No. We want to stick to what we're doing really well. We want to leverage the amazing expertise there is in this space. And certainly that's one of the biggest surprises for me coming to SEN. You read all these headlines about, oh, it's terrible, it's disaster, it's crisis. And then you meet the quality of the people involved. And I mean, I don't know whether just the ones I've met, but and I'm based in Kent, so I've seen more in there, but I've also seen other as well. And consistently, I'm blown away by the passion, the integrity, and the quality, the sheer quality of people involved in SEN. I think it's attracting really good people because of the nature of the importance of that work. Likewise, in local authority level, there are some real structural issues that are creating problems, but the people, again, I've been really impressed.
Yeah, and I'm so looking forward to it. So thank you so much, Ben. It's been lovely chatting to you. Thank you for giving us an insight into the product. Tell everybody what it's going to be called.
SENshine.
Dead simple. SENshine.